2010 KQ that is currently moving through space and heading toward Earth as we speak. So, NASA has reported that an unknown object that is approaching our planet from space is not an asteroid as they originally thought, but is certainly of an artificial origin. Now, this object was originally discovered by the Catalina Sky Survey in May of 2010, and the orbit of the near-Earth asteroid, as they called it, was soon recognized as being unusual, given that it has a period of 1.04 years, a very strange axis and eccentricity of 0.008. Moreover, its motion relative to that of Earth was very comparable, and it remained in close proximity to us for many months before beginning to head back out into space. So this thing made a very close pass to Earth a couple of years ago, and suddenly began heading back into space. Now, NASA, who has been tracking this thing using their asteroid watching service, the Near Earth Object Program, discovered that the object has used no propulsion while it was under observation. However, other space watchers do think that the object did move using some sort of power source at some point due to its change in position and velocity. Here you're seeing a NASA graphic showing the trajectory of the object, and it's all very strange. It kind of reminds you of the Black Knight satellite that we've talked about in past videos, and if you don't know by now, the Black Knight is said to be an artificial alien satellite that is currently orbiting Earth. It possibly may have left Earth's orbit, but what we do know is that it was indeed in Earth's orbit and has been tracked for over 50 years. It has been seen changing position, changing speed, and it was unable to be tracked by ground-based instruments due to the fact that it would constantly be changing its location and speed to the point where they finally lost it. And now we have this object that NASA has no clue what it is, but of course their theory, in which they've told the public, is that it is likely a spent rocket stage that escaped the Earth and Moon system years ago. However, the way this object is moving, and the fact that it came from deep space, orbited Earth, and then suddenly headed back out into space, once again changing its speed and trajectory, makes me think that there could very well be a link with this object to the Black Knight, or for that matter, it's just an artificial object that is changing trajectory and speed by itself. I mean, that in and of itself is mind-blowing. And recent reports have come out that the object was seen heading back toward Earth. And we are still gathering information on that, which will actually come in a part 2 to this video, so stay tuned for that. But again, this gives us just a little bit more proof that these artificial objects are out there. We know that they are out there. It's mathematically impossible that they are not out there. And it's already been said by some pretty mainstream scientists that it's likely at one point or another, or presently, that another alien race has sent probes to other planets, including ours, and could likely be monitoring us as we sit here, gathering information about our planet. In fact, mathematicians in Scotland calculated that, quote, self-replicating alien probes could already have explored our entire solar system and may still be here, albeit undetectable, and are watching us as we speak. Some scientists from the University of Edinburgh, according to a phys.org article, had previously calculated that if a Voyager-sized probe passing through the galaxy picked up speed using slingshots around stars, that it could travel 100 times faster. And these new calculations that were reported in the International Journal of Astrobiology expanded this idea of using self-replicating probes in computer models to see how this self-replication would work. So basically, what an advanced alien race likely has done is create these robotic space probes that explore solar systems, explore galaxies in a very short period of time by creating and self-replicating themselves using interstellar dust and gas, after which the parent and child probes would each set off for a different star, where they would look for signs of life and then self-replicate themselves again, dispersing themselves radially across space. And these scientists found that if there was a fleet of these self-replicating probes in space that could travel just 10% of the speed of light, then they could still explore the entire galaxy in a relatively short time span of maybe 10 million years. And that's only at 10% the speed of light. And 10 million years, as you know, is only a small fraction of the age of the Earth, let alone the solar system, and especially the galaxy. So imagine if these probes were traveling at 99% the speed of light, and how it would only take possibly tens of thousands of years, if that, to map and probe every star in the galaxy, every planet, every solar system in the galaxy. Now, some scientists have said, and I do not agree with this, that the fact that we have not detected or seen any evidence of alien probes in the solar system, which, by the way, again, is false. We do have evidence, and we have detected artificial objects that do change speed and velocity. But that because we have not detected them, that this suggests that there have been no probe-building civilizations in our entire Milky Way galaxy in the last few million years. Well, first of all, if we have detected them, and we surely have, do you honestly think the government is going to tell anybody? And secondly, it's likely that these probes are so high-tech that we are simply unable to detect them. And it's also another possibility that the probes could be programmed to only contact civilizations with a certain level of intelligence that would in turn be able to detect such probes. But again, it all draws back to this artificial object, and it gives you kind of an idea how these things would work. So it's a very interesting story. Let me know what you guys think. Another strange thing that we want to talk about before we end this video is this piece of footage that you're seeing here, which was recorded over Colombia this past week. And I'll go ahead and let you watch this video real quick.
Eso es lo que estoy viendo.
Alright, so as you just saw, a pretty big group of stunned individuals and residents in Cartagena, Colombia on June 30th recorded this, what is being called an Independence Day style mothership cloud. Basically, if you've seen the 1996 alien invasion movie Independence Day, this cloud looks scary similar to the scene in the movie where this massive mothership is coming through the clouds, this huge disk, and we see this large circle of clouds just like we're seeing here. And it almost looks like there's, and you can see like the fiery yellow and orange clouds in the center of this thing, and the residents who were recording this and taking pictures, here are some pictures here, were completely shocked. And a lot of the people there said that they saw UFOs flying around it. Some have said that this was a large cloaked disk surrounded by clouds. Others have said that this was some sort of secret HARP weather manipulation experiment causing these very strange clouds to appear. And so conspiracy theories are running wild, and it's just a really bizarre cloud. So just for that fact, I definitely thought it was worth showing you guys. It's just a beautiful sight, and it's really awesome, really unusual and bizarre. So if any of you were in Colombia and saw this thing, email me. I'd like to get some more info about it, but again, thought it was pretty cool, wanted to show you guys. So again, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for stopping by. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and if you have your own footage email it to me. My contact info is down in the video description below. Alright, so thanks for stopping by. We'll see you back soon with much, much more, and stay safe.
Welcome back, it's Matt Rogers, Skywatcher, 10:01 AM in the morning here on the 18th of the 5th, 2017. And I'm looking at the NASA cams. Now, they broke down about an hour ago, but they're back up and running again. And you can see that huge reflection, can't you? That. Now, the thing is though, when I checked the NASA cams earlier on to bring these pieces of footage up, I noticed that they were crashing all the time. They wouldn't let me produce this red haze up there in the inner solar system that's reflected on the space station. You can see this clearly, and also the Earth. So the other side of the world are catching this, picking up those huge pink reflections. The red reflections all the time as well, because we've got that brown dwarf star out there, Nibiru as well. These huge planets, these celestial bodies, are very close to our Earth now. We're picking up these other reflections behind those chemtrails. The chemicals you can see in the sky there, in the Earth sky, is not our natural clouds. They're chemtrails. Now I was getting the blue screen all the time. They keep turning it off all the time now. Here's the earlier footage on the NASA cam. I mean, look at all these chemtrails. You can see, can't you? It's just cracking up as the sun's burning twice as much, and you've got that huge reflection there as well. These red reflections are coming from all sides now. We're seeing this now. It's very important because this system is very close. I'm going to go and try the skyline cams, because I've tried other cams this morning. They broke down as well. They've crashed. A lot of the internet Ustream cams and beach cams around the world at the moment have crashed. So I'll go back to them later on tonight, but I'm going to try the skyline cams and see what we can find there as well. Because, I mean, look at the amount of trash that they're putting up in the skies. I mean, it's all breaking up now because the sun is just completely erratic. We're being bombarded by these solar flares every day now. This is a Tamariglio cam in Italy. I mean, again, you can see it's so evident what they've been doing early morning in them skies, spraying up there as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a time lapse so you can see what they've done in early hours of the morning through to this time now. I want you to see this piece of footage, okay? So the top left hand corner with the sunrise, you see three objects, three large celestial objects. Watch this. You can see them now on the screen, and as the sun rises, you can see them running across and disappear. 1, 2, 3. Did you see that? Let's run through the cam again and you can see this. As the sun rises, watch on the screen. You can see those huge reflections. Okay, watch this go past. 1, 2, 3 on the screen, disappears. Let me go through that again for you. Okay, we're going to go through it one more time. Can you see this? Watch this. There they are. There's the object. The sun. And then it just goes and disappears. Gone. Just one more time for you. You can see this, can't you? Watch this. There's a huge reflection there in the center of the screen. Can you see that? And then it disappears. This is a Barcelona cam on a time lapse. Look at the chemtrails that have been thrown towards the celestial body, the sun, as the sun's rising through the sky. And you'll see a black chemtrail as well on the screen. And look at all the trash and people going to the beach and enjoying their holidays as they're spraying, the military is spraying their skies. How wonderful they are. I mean, watch this. See that black chemtrail then? I mean, all the haze and the poisons that are being put towards our sun because we have that brown dwarf star, Nemesis, that's with it now, heading towards us. We're next. It's just a matter of time. I don't know the time and day, but I just know that this is real situation, and this is what they're doing. They're hiding that we can't look up at the skies. They want to cover it all the time. Look at the red haze now. This is the opposite side on the other Barcelona cam. You can see again those black chemtrails and the horizon. You can see that they're firing those chems towards the sun. And look at the haze already. I mean, it's a beautiful part of Europe, Spain, and it's all being trashed. It's all being poisoned up there, isn't it? I mean, the land is just dim, and we have got them objects up there. There's no doubt in it. This is what they're doing. This is why they are spraying them skies. It's because the sun is being agitated by its companion star, Nemesis. We've really got to start seriously thinking what to do and how to prep for this situation, because Nibiru is out there now. It's very close to our Earth now, and they keep pumping our skies all the time to hide the evidence, to hide the truth. Here's another object that comes up on the screen to the right hand side. You'll see this. It goes downwards. It flashes and goes downwards. You'll see this. Comes up in a second. To the right side, flashes. There you go, and it's going downwards. Can't be the sun. The sun comes up from the left hand side. Something else up there. Just crazy, isn't it? Let's have a look at it again. You can see this on the right hand side. It comes up. And then it goes downwards. Watch this. See the redness? It goes down. Something else is out there. It's not that simulator and that white hot looking sun, is it? It's very red. And this is also, it's called the Solvay cam, and this is in Italy, and the timestamp there would be 11:25. And as you can well see, those chemtrails, and also the dimness of the land. You can see this on the sand reflection, and those poor people out there that just enjoying their day. They don't realise what's going on. They need to be open to this whole situation, because they're breathing it all in. Everybody is breathing chemtrails all over the world now. We're all seeing this, aren't we? Let's do a time lapse on this video for you. Can you see how the natural clouds are being burnt away? There are natural clouds that we had seen in the past, in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. They're just being burnt away now as the sun's burning twice as much. And those chemtrails are there to try and protect us, but they're just trying to cool the Earth's atmosphere down. So we're seeing the evidence all the time, aren't we? So again, I urge everybody to prepare for this event. We're seeing the evidence all around us. They are spraying our skies all the time to hide what's going on up there in space. There's a lot of chaotic space weather happening right now. A lot of trash, a lot of asteroids and meteorites, comets, everything is being thrown about out there now in space. It's a death zone. We can't keep burying our heads in the sand. We can't be the ones sat on the fence with this. We need to stand up, and we need to be awake to the whole situation now. Because again, the powers to be, they will not disclose this to the massive public. They don't want mass panic. At any point in time, in the next minute or second or day, we don't know exactly when, nor do they. The military, NASA haven't got a clue. But one of those huge CMEs, mass injection, could head to our Earth and cut right down, finish with the power grid. It could blow the power grid and cause huge problems to us. We will have no electricity, no power to run our fridges and our cookers, and we need to really prepare for this. Prepping is very important, because today, this morning, in the UK, Northern Hemisphere, the sun is just beating white hot. But again, on the land, it's very dark. Very, very strange. Things are flashing up there. I mean, the sun does flash. It's been flashing for months. These blasts are just, it's a furnace up there. It really is. and they are still hiding it from the members of the public. They don't want people to know. The opportunity that we only get is the Soho cam, the live cam, where they put the disc in front of the sun. They won't turn the cameras around on the International Space Station. This is what they need to do. They need to turn them around so we can see those heavenly bodies in front of the sun, and that will be it. We can then just start preparing for this. I'm going to do another video later on today. I've got things to sort out. I apologise for this video being short, but I'll be back again later on, and respect to all of you. But it's so important that we stick together and be strong as a community. So take care, and I'll be back again shortly from Matt Rogers.
Goodness. Oh my goodness, Davin, look at it through the camera, please. And then it just like shut it off. What the?
Now imagine yourself looking at an airplane at night, observing an airplane, and it actually is a UFO. It's not an airplane, right? Now this is what happened here, right? I don't know what that is, folks. That looks like a portal to me. That looks like a massive alien portal, something that is opening and closing. And when it does close, it actually looks like Nibiru, you know, a winged object in the sky. Now, this is very freaky because this week we got from a subscriber. We're gonna leave the link under the description, okay, so you can access. But this is a very interesting video, folks. We have the destroyer over there, whatever people are calling Planet X, Nibiru. You have it right over there. Now, before you say this is a lens flare, right? Because a lot of people are gonna say that in an airplane window you have a double shield, and that's going to cause illusion, right? But not the case. You have clearly, you can see the reflection of Nibiru on the plane's wing. So this is when it gets freaky, and I felt I should warn everyone in the world. Look at that. You have the sun and Nibiru on the plane's wing, the reflection of the objects. This is no lens flare, folks. This is creepy as heck. Now take a look at this. You have at the same time it's up there, and it's the and you can see the reflection on the wing. Now, how creepy is that? How scary is that, folks? So it just keeps getting better and better. You know, a lot of people don't believe in Nibiru. I myself have my doubts. But come on, what the heck, folks? A reflection on the wings plane. If that is an illusion, then congratulations to whatever happened here, you know, but I don't think it is the case. I don't think this is the case. And we also have Brazilian politicians talking about Nibiru. I don't know if you've seen our latest video on Angelina Jolie, but so a lot of people have been seeing it, talking about it, and it's been quite a discussion. I don't know if you believe in it. Like I said, I myself am, you know, I'm skeptical sometimes about it. So you know, leave a comment what you think about this topic. You know, was it always there? For example, why doesn't it mess with our gravity? Is gravity a lie? Is NASA lying to us? You know, look at that reflection, folks. Look at that reflection, folks. That's scary. It's there, right? It's there, it's undeniable. So don't shut this video down yet, right? We have for you in a couple of seconds, we're gonna show you videos coming in from other subscribers of anomalies happening around the world. And these are all, to my opinion, if this is real, if we have two suns out there, for some reason it's affecting the weather, and it would explain, it would really help explain why the heck the weather isn't normal at all. if you try to follow your weather app, you're gonna get all messed up. You're gonna follow the weather map. Like tomorrow, it says it's gonna rain. It's not gonna rain. And if it rains tomorrow, it's gonna rain in the entire country. That's weird and that's wicked. That never happened before, right? Like for example, here we have Nibiru being taped on live news. This is CBS, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but there you go, folks. On the sun's to the sun left, you can clearly see it there, right? And this may be the cause of massive weather anomalies and weather cloud formation, and right now people are talking about clouds that never seen before now being inserted in the encyclopedia, being taught to kids, like chemtrails and HARP, right? But chemtrails and HARP are used to actually detain these massive hurricanes that head towards the countries and the continents. I believe that HARP are to control the weather before it gets too crazy. Because if Nibiru is real, it all will get too crazy in terms of weather, and that's when the movie Geostorm comes in, right? They've been planning this all along. They have a solution for, or at least not a solution, but they have some sort of plan B if they can't contain the ridiculous weather patterns that Nibiru is going to cause. Now, I know that a lot of people are worried about it, but again, I tell you, it hasn't affected gravity yet. This is one of the things, it makes me question, not flat Earth, but, things that, NASA been lying to us all along. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share, and I'll see you again.
There it is right there. The world on high, unveiled. That's what it is. Right behind the sun the whole time. So I'm focusing on my dogs, focusing on my birds to let you know there's some real footage, focusing on my other birds, and then back to the sky. And what you see is the sun don't have a shadow, fool. It don't have a shadow. That's the world on high. That is the what they call Planet X, Nibiru, the New Jerusalem, Wormwood, you name it. You know exactly what it is. Oh, I ain't done yet, because now this is my night vision camera, and this is what I'm seeing in my night vision camera. No, there is no new lens flare at night. That's a planet that you're seeing right next to the moon, and this is the new world. This is the world on high being unveiled. When you see the world on high being unveiled, you are in the end time. I'm shaking the camera to let you know that is no way possible. That's a news flare. Waving my hand in front of it, you can see my red light flashing it. There's 2 planets, and you see this thing is rotating around the moon. This is the moon, so it's planets by the moon, and it's a planet behind the sun. If you can look closely, you can see 2 planets in there, one more vivid and one more and look how large this is. They're all coming down, and you have reached the end, and I don't know how you guys keep playing about in this world, trying to get fame, trying to get money, trying to get this, trying to get that. See, it moved right into there. So if you look close, it's moving. It moved into it, so it moved out of view right there. After a while, you can see it. It's right next. It's right in the moon now, like moving across the moon, right in front of it. I'm still not done. See right there? Now let's darken it. You know what you see? Planets, and you see it's something that's out of this universe. It's moving. It's not like this universe. It's straight out of a flick that you can't describe it. This is coming near, and like the Bible said, men's heart will fill them, and then like the Quran said, the hearts is going to come right up to the throat and choke them when they figure out what the heck is going on, when they actually see it. Mass suicide. That's what's going to happen. And mass hysteria, crashes, food shortages, I quit work, all of it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting the government tell you what that is, as if another man know what that is. Except for God, he knows what that is, because he's the one who creates everything. So if you're looking at one sun over here and another sun that, this an aurora too? Huh? That's an aurora? You know, is that one? It's clearly one planet far away and another planet far away. What about over there? The sun is making a reflection over there, down there. See, it's one sun, two suns. Actually take the time to look at your sunset. Notice that your sun is in the wrong place. Notice that your time is up, fool, and these people is playing around. Don't you know what's getting ready to go down? We getting ready to go through World War III right now. Armageddon is going down. They all over there in the position, just like the Bible said, just like all of the books say. Gog and Magog war, Armageddon, whatever you want to call it. It is going down. And you see these planets, you see everything, and you still continuing to sin as if you don't see it. You're going to hell. Just like I said, for no forgery, most of this is my backyard. It's film. You know what that is in it? That's red iron oxide. That's coming from that planet that's coming down. That planet is hell. And it's right there. You know, you can see it. And then you know what this is? This is a ship, a spaceship that's coming right out of the sky, right over my backyard. Right over my backyard. And see if something's going to shoot out of the middle of it. You know, that's not from here. And we know it ain't from here, and there's more. Here's another day. When you want to see it, you can see it. Belly up, collapsing. That's why the stock market and everything is going down. They're spending trillions and trillions of dollars to try to hide God. Try to hide his planets. To try to hide the truth. You know. And then let's go into a space, see every view, every angle, so there is no denial about it. You know what it is. And yeah, I know what's coming with next. Did the cracker say it? Did the white man say it? Did the white man tell us? I mean, come on, you guys are so in y'all wild intoxication of crime and sin in this world and investing in things that are fruitless. You know, you ain't gonna get anything in the hereafter but hellfire. You know, what good is to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Yeah, the white man said it, and I'm gonna let you hear him say it.
But today, scientists from the California Institute of Technology have announced that they finally have solid evidence for a Planet X, a true ninth planet on the edge of our solar system.
Is believed to be far beyond the orbit of Pluto, roughly the size of Neptune, with a mass 10 times that of...
Why? It seemed like there might be something with gravity pulling on them, but nobody quite understood. And finally, these scientists that you talked about took a really hard look at it, did simulations, calculations, and they came up with the explanation. It probably is this giant planet.
I think I read somewhere it orbits the sun every 10,000 to 20,000 years.
Right.
Is that why no one has seen it to this point?
No, that's not why. It's because it's so dim. It's so far away that even though it's big, it's very, very dim, and it'll be very tough to spot with a telescope.
This world and these people is killing me to how dumb they are. It's red iron oxide. The Quran says when the sky turns red like ointment and the world on high is unveiled, and it is. Then draweth, then comes the end, then comes the war. It's all going down. You know they over there in Syria, all of Armageddon, all the nations, and you know they getting ready to fight against Israel, and not only Israel but Americans as well. You know the bombs is coming over here. You know what's happening. You know you see what's going on. You know this red iron oxide, all these what they call diabetes and all that is increasing, and heart attacks and strokes and all that. That is what this called. Look up iron oxide. Look up the effects of iron oxide. You know why they trying to say it's a medical condition because of the food that you're eating, bad, poor diet, and lack of exercise. No, look at the extent that the devil is hiding the end. Because if you knew it was the end, and I do mean the end, we only have like, if we got days left, and I do mean that, if we got days left, we're doing good. You know, and I can't warn people. And like they said, when you try to warn people, they say, oh, it's a hoax. This is all a hoax. We making this up. I make the sky red like this. I'm making those planets come. I'm making moons appear in the night. No, I ain't doing that. You know that this never existed before, and you know your end is nigh. In this video right here, this is the effects of this planet drawing near. It has what do you call that? Magnetic field. And as it draws near, the magnetic field, wham, there you go. The magnetic field is pulling. See, the cars is metal. The people ain't. Now watch. When they in the magnetic field, look at on the other side of the street too. Just in that little area, if the magnetic field pull hard right there, bam, there you go. You know, and people have no idea what's going down. What's going down is when that magnetic field hit Earth, earthquakes, everything gonna go down at one time, and it's gonna go down fast, and it's gonna go down hard. And I'm preparing for it. You know, we preparing for it. Bomb shelter, food, water, different electricity like solar and wind power, and everything that we can do. Stocking up food. And what you doing? What you doing? That's the case. This is a warning going out for the people. You know, a lion awaits in the thicket, like it says. The Gentile destroyer has arrived. What is Gentile destroyer? It's a Gentile destroyer to destroy Pegawis, Caucasians. They were meant to be destroyed. Read your Bible, and type in Google search the Gentile destroyer. Put Bible and Gentile destroyer, and you'll find it. But anyway, so like I said, our time is nigh. You know, and hopefully you heed this warning and get you and your family together. It's going down. It ain't gonna be. Donald Trump is not going to be president. All this shit is going to end before Donald Trump. It's going to end. You know, and I'm warning. This is my last warning. And you know, hopefully, I don't warn no more because we ain't got no time. We out of time. So I would advise you and your family to get ready and prepare to meet God. For you and your entire family to prepare to meet God. That's it. You know, you have been warned.
U.S. scientist confirms Russian fears of a new planet and warns will soon affect the Earth. A new appendix added earlier today to the massive Aerospace Defense Forces report relating to the mysterious new planet confirmed to be the outer reaches of our solar system says that an American scientist has confirmed many of its findings and further states that our Earth is now under direct threat as this celestial body could begin to harm our Earth this month. As previously reported, mysterious planet ejected from black hole at center of galaxy warned could soon impact Earth. The ADF has become increasingly alarmed at the threats this mysterious new planet poses to Earth from the time it was first discovered by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, in 2005, to the final confirmation of its existence by California Institute of Technology, Caltech, scientists, January 2016. Adding to Russia's fears about this mysterious planet was the secret NASA information about it supplied by Federation authorities by NASA computer expert Lloyd Albright. In the new appendix added today, the report says, comes from Daniel Whitmire, PhD, retired professor of physics from the University of Louisiana, who in a scientific paper written for Oxford University's monthly notices of the Royal Astronautics Society, claims that this mysterious planet he calls by the ancient Sumerian name of Nibiru has all but arrived at our neck of the woods, and that the destruction brought about by its gravitational trickery will take place this month, as it's done numerous times before every time it passes by. Dr. Scientist Whitmire and his colleague John Matisse first published research on the connection between this mysterious planet and the mass extinction on Earth in the journal Nature in 1985. So this report continues, and which this past January Caltech researchers estimated its size as being a tremendous, huge, 10 times the mass of the Earth. However, both Dr. Scientist Whitmire and Caltech researchers agree that this mysterious new planet now exists in our solar system. They disagree on its present orbit. ADF scientists, in their report, note that the orbital mechanics of this mysterious planet are less to be considered than the electromagnetically caused chaos it will represent in our solar system, which on Earth, they say, could be manifested in violent and increased earthquakes, massive volcanic explosions, and weather disasters caused by changes, that's increase and decreases of sunspots to our sun, not to mention the hundreds, if not thousands, of asteroids that could impact Earth. Important to note, is that, unlike Western scientists who adhere to the non-proven gravitational theory of our universe, Russian scientists ascribe to the electrical theory, creating, for these two bodies of experts, an incompatible gulf of knowledge that cannot ever be bridged. I'll leave a link below for you for this article, April 10th.
Here on Earth fluctuate with the movement of this planet in our solar system. He further explains that the planets around these brown dwarfs orbit this dark star. The precise position of the planets and the system itself dictate how the Nibiru system impacts Earth at any given moment in time. As it grows close, changes will be more widespread and pronounced. In recent months, a growing number of whistleblowers have come out to speak publicly about Uranus. This is because Nibiru is on an elongated elliptical orbit relative to our southern hemisphere. So people living in this part of the world would see Nibiru first, and they shall also be the first to experience whatever Nibiru brings with it. And it's not bringing anything good. The Rani ice shelf will likely break off the continent and drift into the Weddell Sea. This will cause enormous icebergs to drift toward New Zealand. As the ice reaches warmer waters, it will rapidly melt, causing a significant rise in sea level. To give you an idea of the significance of such an event if it were to take place, and recent data from these locations suggest that this is happening now and at an accelerated rate. Take a look at this video of what our future continents may look like. Largest at 487,000 square kilometers, roughly the size of France, may also separate from the continent, causing mountainous clusters of ice to float south towards New Zealand and Australia. Polar storms, unlike any the world has seen, will ravage the continent in conjunction with a marked increase in seismic and volcanic activity. Mount Sipple, one of Antarctica's largest active volcanoes, is certain to erupt, sending a plume of deadly ash into the atmosphere. This will be the start of a pole shift. Large earthquakes will ripple across the continent. Add to that multiple super eruptions. This will shake Antarctica to its very foundation. And this is just the beginning. This approaching system have indicated that those living in the southern hemisphere will be the first to witness its destruction, but that those who live in the northern hemisphere should be prepared for what's coming, as the geography of North America will be forever changed by the rising sea levels and tsunamis that will affect all three coastlines of the United States. Those living in large metropolitan areas near coastlines will be affected in unimaginable ways by these drastic changes, as the coastlines of the United States will be several hundred miles inland from their current locations. It may be interesting to note that this data matches warnings issued by other Nibiru whistleblowers and researchers. Renegade astronomer Paul Cox and Nibiru enthusiast John Moore have released maps depicting North America's post-Nibiru coastlines. I know this all sounds horrible and almost unbelievable. This depiction is what we would call a perfect nightmare scenario for millions of people. But it is important that you remember one thing above all else. Humans have a strong desire to survive. So although lives will be changed in the blink of an eye by what approaches, life will continue on this planet in one form or another, as it always has.
I said you quite tastelessly.
Or another, as it always has. I would like to direct your attention to a few very intriguing images and videos that I received just recently. Now, I would encourage you to continue sending your images and video captures to our Facebook page at the address shown here. You can also send them private email on our YouTube account by clicking on the About icon located on our channel page shown below. The first image captured from the SOHO imaging website on September the 16th is showing a massive object just below the ecliptic plane, which is shaped similar to a comet. Now, if we enlarge this object, you will notice that immediately behind this giant comet-like object is a trail of debris, meteors and asteroids, and then a cluster of planets and smaller objects following in a serpentine formation or a double helix formation, what some have called the string of pearls. Now, if this satellite image has indeed captured this complex of planets, or the Nemesis system, then the notion that it has entered our inner solar system, as Marshall Masters and Major Ed Dames and other Nibiru researchers are now claiming, then this could be very well true. Once the system crosses the ecliptic plane, its movement will be more rapid, and it will become more visible in both the daylight and the evening sky. On September 2nd, an incredible video capture of the blue Kachina was recorded in the evening sky. Take a look at these extraordinary images seen from a distance and then enlarged. This fits the description of the blue star as described by the Hopi tribe. Now take a look at the image once again in this photo. To the right is the actual object that was observed. But if you look at the ancient inscription to the left, you will notice how remarkably similar the circled inscription is to the formation of the observed object. These images are absolutely astonishing and irrefutably undeniable. Finally, I wanted to share this September 14th video captured by a skywatcher that actually considers himself to be a diehard skeptic of Planet X. He says that after viewing what he captured outside on video on a moonlight night, he has to admit that there is something out there that he cannot explain away. Furthermore, he says that the object appears to be moving slowly towards us. Now, obviously, what he has picked up cannot possibly be as close as between the Earth and the Moon. But what he has captured certainly resembles a planet. And if you look closely at the movement of the clouds in the background, you will notice that they pass in front of this very large entity. So folks, there are some very strange things appearing in the heavens, which we just cannot explain. Images of this incoming system are becoming more prevalent each passing day, and it's up to each of us to be more vigilant and observant in the days ahead. Whatever is happening now